When he brought this in, he brought the sycamore in. See the brown pits on the leaf there. By the way, this is Frank McDonough at the Arboretum of Los Angeles County, and I am the Questionable Botanist. I'm highly questionable, and some people think I'm questionable at best. And this is the much delayed 4 o'clock show, on a little later because we have T1 connectivity. We have a very big pipeline to the internet now, so we can do higher quality video. And what you're looking at here is a sycamore leaf that was brought into me by a gentleman, covered with a pest that I'd never seen before. And I was just saying, the pest has pits, small what look like eggs in the middle of these pits. There's also kind of a whitish substance around as well. So I took a closer look at that. And notice the pits. Also, you notice what look like eggs down there. And also on this one, you notice egg-like structures, very small, in the middle of these sunken pits of dead leaf material. And here's another picture of the same thing. A little better clarity on that. You notice the dead lesions around these pits. What is it? Well, I didn't know what this was. And occasionally when I don't know, I have people that I know may know. And one of them is Gevork Arkelian, who is the head entomologist for the Agricultural Commissioner Weights and Measures Office for the County of Los Angeles. So I sent this to Gevork, and Gevork sent me back fairly quickly what it was, and here it is. This is Stomacoccus platani. Stomacoccus is the name of this giant scale, and that is the male Stomacoccus. A little smaller than the female, in fact, much smaller than the female. It's also known as the sycamore scale. Here is a picture of the eggs of the Stomacoccus platani. By the way, platani or platani means sycamore. Sycamore is the genus Platanus, so this is an insect that has to do with sycamores. So what the entomologists will do when they're naming it, they sometimes name the insect after its host, in which case they did with Stomacoccus, called it Stomacoccus platani. And notice the chlorotic spots. This produces a chlorosis, then a necrosis. Necrosis is means necros means dead. Necrosis means a deadening of the tissue. Here's a picture of chlorotic spots and the larvae. Those are the larvae down there, and there's also eggs at the very left-hand corner. There's the larvae and eggs. Let's take a look at those eggs again. See, there's the eggs. The larvae and the eggs don't look a lot different. And so, what do you do about these things? Well, not a lot. Usually they resolve themselves. If they don't, you can spray the tree with oil. Not a very good idea. What you should do, though, is keep the area clear of dead leaves. Make sure it's nice and clean underneath, because the dead leaves can spread these pests. But eventually what happens is this resolves itself. This pest has no interest in killing off its food source. So that was the question of the day. This was a really good question. It was a kind of a stumper for me. I love stumpers. Again, that was sycamore tree with the sycamore scale on it, which is one of the giant scales, according to Gevork, who is the entomologist over there at the Agricultural Commissioner's Office. Not much to do about it. If it gets really bad, I guess you could put oil on it. The problem with using oil in the heat of the summer is that if it's over 80 degrees, oil will kill the leaves faster than the scale will, the sycamore scale. I want to leave you with this. It's summer now. It's heading into July. We're getting more and more selective with our blooming here at the Arboretum. I don't like to say fewer things are blooming. We're just getting more selective, and one of the selective things out there is this. Look at that. Isn't that gorgeous? This is Agapanthus africanus albus. How's that for a few Latin words there? It's a variety of Agapanthus africanus. It's white. And the common name for Agapanthus africanus is lily of the Nile, which is interesting because it's not a lily. It's closely related. It's more closely related to onions. It's in the Amaryllidaceae, the onion family, and it's not from the area of the Nile. It's actually from South Africa. So, lily of the Nile is probably a marketing name on this, and that's pretty common when you have common names that have nothing to do with the plant. If the plants are introduced from other areas. Anyway, that's it for today. We'll see you tomorrow at 4 o'clock here on the mighty T1 enabled Questionable Botanist. I'm Frank McDonough, the Questionable Botanist. Goodbye and good gardens.